this is Michelle with Creative Operation and Country Craft Creations. I just have a video share that I wanted to do for you. I've been trying to kind of bust the rest of my Midnight Potions paper collection that is exclusive from Country Craft Creations. I'll show you the cover sheet here right now. I've cut out a piece of it. You can see I've been working. My hands are all inky and everything. But I just wanted to share some stuff that I've been doing. So I did use this in a junk journal. I'll put a link down below so you can see that if you haven't seen it. But I had a few papers left over. Wanted to share with you what I was creating. So I kind of have done some altered projects and some things that I got super excited about and just wanted to show. So first of all, let's look at this frame. This frame is really cute. I had a piece of this paper. I loved this lady. And it says druggist and apothecary. I can't even say it. Oh my God, I'm leaving that in. You guys are going to love that. Anyway, so this was a really cute frame from Dollar Tree. And this started off looking like something like this. It had a different frame in the inside. But the cool part is that the frame it's actually like a photo frame and you can take the back out, which I thought was super cool. So I decided to take the back out and I put her in there. And then I went through my stash. I found a Tim Holtz skull that I had and this little bottle, and I put this poison sticker on it and then this candle. And I just thought this was a cute little decorative frame that I could stick up somewhere and have kind of a theme thing going on. So I did that. Now I did on the back put "'Twas Only a Dream" because then I could take this out and I could flip it. So I did cut that out. It's an 8x8 paper pack, so it was easy to kind of figure out where to do it. So I thought that was really cool. So now I can put it, you know, I can reverse it if I felt like it. So that was the first thing I did. Now, the second thing I did, let's talk about this one because I do have an example of this one too. This is also a Dollar Tree jug, and it looked kind of like this. It said pumpkin something or other on it and had a pumpkin in the middle of it. You know, I just decided that it needed to be upgraded. So what I ended up doing is I tore, I'm going to throw it. I tore this off and I kept it because I thought the beads was kind of cool for the jug. So I kept that, put it off to the side, and then I covered it with the pattern papers. I filed the edges really good and then I distressed it like crazy, but I used the pattern papers. There was one of the labels that said carbolic acid poison on it. So I triple or double matted it, I should say, and put it on the front of the jug with some gem dots that I had. And then this was fussy cut out of a piece of the scrap of paper. So I thought that was really, I love it. And I did the cork with kind of that letter paper that was in the package, the collection. I thought that was really cute. On the back, I fussy cut the medicine lady out of it and I put it over the back. And then that covered the area where the label was and it kind of left a spot there. So I just thought that was adorable. Now to go with this, and this is one of the coffee mugs that they have at the Dollar Tree. And this actually is what started this whole thing. Kim Reynolds, who is also one of the designers, did a project where she covered one of these for her son's wedding present. And so that kind of is what started the whole thing. So thank you, Kim, for the inspiration. I covered it. I added extra twine because the twine that came with it didn't quite survive me taking it off. I added a charm here that's a skull and crossbones, since it does say poison and it has a skull and crossbones right there. And then you can see I tried to cut the paper so that there was a skull at the bottom as well. Now on the back of this one, I did cover it with the pattern paper and just thought that was kind of cute, the jug and the coffee cup at the same time. So then, let's see, the next thing I was going to show you is this. This is kind of cool. So this is a candy tube that I have had in my stash for a long time, and I have never used it. And it's meant to like fill with like kisses or M&Ms or something and give to somebody as a gift. So I took some of the pattern paper, I wrapped it around this plastic tube. I started it with score tape, but then I finished it with glue so that it would stick to the paper and really be secure. And then in the paper collection, they had these little teeny tiny tags. So I used that and just added some twine around here tied with a bow. And, you know, now you have a label. And then I added this cute little skeleton charm that I had in my collection as well. And then another one of the skulls on the top. And then you can see it just comes off, and then you can put your candies in there. On the lid, I measured it, and it was like 1 3/8 inch. So I cut circles, layered paper, and then put the skull on there as a topper. And there you have it. So I made that one, and then I used this paper here to make the second one. And again, I added a tag, and then I had this cat charm that I added, same with the skull. And then just, you know, take it off, and there you go. You have areas to put candy in there. So I thought that would be kind of a fun thing to do. And then last but not least, I had these Motel keychain pieces, and I wanted to make something with that. So I fussy cut out of, I made a pattern a while ago because I did this for my tutorial on a junk journal that I made using Bon Voyage, and I kept my pattern, so all I had to do was basically trace it out of the pattern paper that was left over. So I had 2 pieces that had nice skulls on them, so I fussy cut those out, so one for each side. On this side, I did cut out the word poison really tiny out of the pattern paper I had left over, and then backed it on a little bit of pattern paper as well, and then added that. On the front, I added the little spider charm to it, and then I had these key rings and a little lobster clasp that I added, so I can have this, I can use it as a keychain, I could use it as a decoration on something if I wanted to, whatever. So that's kind of what I wanted to show you. It's just a quick and dirty show and tell, and a talk through about how I made these, but I just raided like my stash and used up almost all. I think I have a little bit of pattern paper. If I come up with something else, I'll let you know. So I just wanted to share with you, out of the scraps that I had left over from the projects I just shared with you, I made a few things to go into my journal that I made, and I will put a link down below if you haven't seen this particular tutorial that I did using a classification folder to make this junk journal. So go see that, but I made a bunch of stuff to go with it. There are just a few things that I wanted to share with you. So I did do a variety of different hidden paper clips. So I'll show you this one. I added charms on this one. The little paper clip is sticking out of the end, and I used the labels from the paper collection to add to the front and the back, and so that'll just slip onto the page like that. Here's another type of hidden paper clip, and again, I just added a little charm. I just poked a little hole in there and then added that. So front and back, little label top, so it will actually stick up off the page, and I could write something here or put a sticker there if I wanted to. Another version of that particular type of paper clip with a cute little witch hat and a pumpkin on it. So again, the labels from the paper collection. Here's one more, because you can't have too many paper clips, right? This one goes in from the side, as you can see. And on this one, I fussy cut a little piece that says "'Twas only a dream," and I put that on the back of it. These are all from that paper collection from Midnight Potions from Country Craft Creations. Very cute. Let's see what's next. Oh, this paper clip. This is a long hidden paper clip, and I'm going to stick that on the side of the page, and then you'll be able to tuck a bunch of stuff underneath there. Here is another type of paper clip that I just wrapped around and glued down. Fussy cut the word skeleton out of the paper collection and backed it on a little piece of scrap paper, added a bone to it, so that's cute. So I thought it would be able to clip like a little mini booklet that I made. So I fussy cut that out of a scrap and put some skulls in there. This is a coffee dyed index card. It didn't turn out that great, but you know what, it's gonna work, and it's a junk journal, so whatever, right? And then this is just a piece of paper that I had left over from making some matchbooks, that I just thought I'd put a label on, and then I could tuck it behind, you know, one of the paper clips here, and that would be a cute journal spot. So that's why I made that. I did make a rosette, because you know, you got to make rosettes, and I used the top part of the cover sheet from Midnight Potions to make that, and then I just used one of my punches to punch out the little piece of skull that I had left over in the pattern paper, and then on the back I covered it with a bigger piece that I used one of my punches on. So just made a little rosette. Not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. but I have it. I did make some tags, so these will go underneath some of the paper clips. So this tag here, I used some seam binding and some twine at the top. I did set an eyelet here, and then I added some of the tags and the ephemera from the paper collection here, and I used one of the pieces to make the pocket. And then on the back, I fussy cut these pieces out of some of the scraps of paper and then just inked them and glued them on the back, so it gave a little bit more interest to the back of that. Here was this full piece that talks about witchcraft or the art of fortune telling, and I wanted to keep this intact, so I decided to make it into kind of a tag. And on the back I added the top part. This piece here was actually on the top of that. I just cut that off and then put it on the back as a pocket. Okay, so that's what the back looks like. And then one of my tea dyed calendars, I just cut it down and then put one of the labels on the top here and then put that in the pocket. So that'll be a nice little journal spot that I could tuck behind one of the paper clips I made. This strip here was left over from my fussy cutting, and I really liked the house. I liked the spooky tree, so I decided to keep it. So I just trimmed it down. It was about 3 inches wide, and you know, again, added eyelet, seam binding. And then on the back here, I took a piece of the tea-dyed paper that I had, and I just glued it on the back here and added one of the labels, the little tag labels there. So you can do some journaling on the back of that tag. This here, I made a charm, and it is a teeny tiny little miniature book. So what I did with this, I just made a little belly band tie closure for that. The front part here, that square that says specimens, actually came from the cover paper. And I just used a piece of scrap paper to create kind of a book. And then I used a strip of 1 inch wide paper and then just did an accordion and then just made a cute little book. And then all of these little skulls were little fussy cut pieces from the collection, so I just put them on the pages. So you could theoretically, you know, do some journaling here if you wanted to. And then what I did was I poked a hole in the spine and added a jump ring, and then I glued the jump ring in because obviously you cannot get you know, a eyelid in there. But so I just glued it and I let it dry, so it's nice and hopefully sturdy. And then I added another jump ring so that I could add it to something else. And then I just wrapped this around and tied it, and that'll keep it closed till someone wants to, you know, take it off and look at it. And then these are matchbooks that are also hidden paper clips. So I just made those, really super simple to make. But yeah, I just did that. So just a variety of different little paper clips and things to add to my book. When I first made my journal, I didn't really decorate the paper clips, and someone had made a comment about that. And I said, well, I haven't decorated the paper clips yet. So there you go. So I have a whole bunch now. So now I have some new tags. I have a bunch of new paper clips and some little ephemera pieces to put in my journal. So now this is the end of the video. So I just wanted to share with you all the other things that I made, and I busted that collection pretty nicely. But this is what I created. So I've got some decorations, I got some candy holders, and I got a cute little keychain for myself. Can hang it on my purse as a decoration too for Halloween. So there you have it. Thanks for watching, and come back soon because I will be here with more tutorials and fun things to share. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.